Hi, what's up guys, I'm Uphold. I'm really want to doing my best job of sharing every useful idea to people. If you guys want to find an inspiration, most often you definitely is you want to seeking out it externally, whether you want to find any metaphysical knowledge or you are seeking the help from any self-help gurus or coaches in order you can get some sort of inspiration that you want to get in order for you to get some inspiring idea for you to live positively. But what I have to let you guys for today, that is, it not always you have to find the external source of inspiration, because you still need some of the internal part kind of inspiration for you to live better life that you want to live. And you have to realize that, because sometimes you have to depend on your own, you have to figure out the answer that you want to seeking for all by yourself, because you are already figuring out the real thing inside of you. So that that's the most genuine aspect of yourself playing out, that telling yourself that, hey, this is the one thing that you should do in your life, and this is how you stay motivated no matter what. That's why it is also very important for you to find your own inspiration internally. How you have to do that? That is by introspection. So what is meant by that? The self-introspection, which means you introspecting something, or you do some self-reflection, and also you are contemplating what's going on throughout your life, especially for your most current situation. And then you also have to think about why you want going through all this, and is there any greater sense, is there any higher purpose that is going to serving you why you want to going through all this kind of different situation you are going right now? That's why it is very important for you to do some self-introspection in order for you to get the inspiration that you want to get. Although there is nothing wrong if you are used to seeking for the external source of inspiration for you to live the whole new life that you want to live, and use it for you to pursue your goal, dreams and purpose. But there is one more problem that you want to face, that is just like what I've already said in previous video, that is, it's not about the motivation itself you are seeking from any self-help coach. Instead, it's all about what kind of mindset or attitude you are using in learning and applying any motivational ideas from all kind of teaching you receive of those self-help coach, regardless he is Tony Robbins or Elon Watts whatever you name it, or even you want to seeking any external inspiration from any motivational speaker you are recently made. So here you have to pay extra attention whether you are use the right attitude to receive those kind of teaching from them or not, because you have to try to understand that even though you learn so much motivation, inspiration, positive thinking, affirmation, or any action taking strategy, but if those kind of things doesn't really seem very practical for you, you are also just wasting your time to do some sort of impractical thing in your life. All right, just like what I'm saying, yes, there is nothing wrong if you want to, yeah, to get those inspiration from those motivational coach or self-help gurus, but you have to understand that whether you are receive the right type of information or not, or whether those kind of so-called motivational teaching is all are very suitable for your own self or not, according what kind of circumstance you are living in right now. So here is the another thing that you have also need to consider regard this particular point is, just imagine that if you are just want to apply any kind of knowledge or technique that is doesn't really seems very practically or realistically useful for yourself. Of course, it definitely will create much more doubt or even frustration, because seems those kind of motivation teaching doesn't really suitable for you to deal with your own current situation. So is there any point for you to do like that? Is that really making sense for you to do like that? You know the answer for yourself in answering this kind of question. Okay, so here's what will really happen if this kind of thing, if you doing so like that is, just don't forget you still have your own sanity right now, regardless how much inspiration or motivation you have received from those kind of gurus, because those kind of sanity is dictated how you behave correctly and think very logically, and then just making sure you that you won't do any kind of mistake in your life, you won't do anything stupid for yourself. That is how your own sanity function in your own mind. And if you really just apply any motivational teaching that is not practically suitable for yourself, you just use those kind of teaching confusing your own sanity. Do you get my point? And you also have to think it very carefully once your those kind of sanity been confused by any impractical thing. So you definitely will think that you don't know how to do the right thing, you already lose your own sense. You don't know how to evaluate your situation very carefully, and then you, of course, will struggle to making things very very acceptable in front of you, because your sanity already been confused by something that is not suitable for you to apply. So that's why sometimes you face your own mental problem. This is the thing that you have to think very carefully if you come to want to learn any motivational teaching from anyone. So just imagine that if your own sanity been confused by something that is not particularly practical suitable for you, then what really happen is you, of course, you facing a very big problem of you don't know how to use the right perspective, or you don't even know how to choose the right perspective for you to evaluate your work in a much more rational way, I can say so. And then you might end up in a very big mental health problem. That's why sometimes you get some sort of bipolar disorder, because you have to understand that once anything goes wrong inside your head, of course you will get those kind of symptoms. Maybe some guys of you will consider, oh, because I am a spiritual person, that is okay, I have to go through this kind of so-called spiritual ascension symptom, or so-called dark night of the soul. But what I can tell you, that's not the case. Alright, just don't think that you can use any fancy metaphysical words to describe those kind of so-called bad things that happen in your head. Alright, just and then give you some sort of ego trip that thinks that, oh yeah, this is the challenge I'm going through that nobody will understand, and then it's only just validate further of your own ego proclamation, rather you see your problem in a very realistic way. Because why I'm saying this is not the case is because you have to understand that why those bipolar disorder can happen is due to certain kind of different ideas contradicting with each other, and then taking place in your head, just like a bunch, just like so many different kind of individual waging the tug of war with each other inside your head, and then you don't know how to choose the right mental thinking mind for you to function properly. That's why you will have those kind of bipolar. And then it is also called as the cognitive dissonance, we commonly say. So this is the very big mental problem that you have to look into out very carefully if you don't want to make sure that you apply sorry, you're using a wrong attitude to apply any motivational teaching from anyone else. So you have to make sure that you use a correct kind of attitude to implement any motivational teaching, so that at least you will understand that you will using any kind of suitable knowledge or teaching that is aligning with your own sanity. At least it won't cost you have a hard time how to choose the right perspective to handle the truth realistically. Therefore, you definitely need to understand this in order for you how to cultivate a correct kind of mindset about how to making sure that you are not using any kind of motivational teaching that is not favoring yourself. All right, and this the thing is you have to understand, and why I want everyone, you guys, to do some self introspection for you to find an inspiration. So I will see you guys soon, and just good luck for you to do a very proper type of self introspection.